There is a lot of talk about AI disturbing the white collar workforce. We've seen some of that already. There's even more and more talk about it coming for blue collar work and labor. There's talk about it work coming into construction and the like. And of course, we have the one and only Elon Musk talking about the fact that AI is going to do everything and we will no longer have to work. Is that nirvana? Is that where we're going? Well, we're going to have this conversation with the one and only Dana Dunn from Himalayan. How you doing, Dana?
I'm great. Thanks for having me. I think it's the most exciting time to be in technology. And so really looking forward to this conversation.
Well, I got to tell you, I could not imagine a worse environment where nobody had to work. I mean, work brings purpose, work brings
Yeah.
activity. If all we're going to do is stay home, eat bonbons, and play video games, that might not be a world I want to live in. But yeah, it's interesting to think about. Folks smarter than me, like Elon Musk, clearly is talking about work will be optional as AI and robots will be doing everything. And I don't know. What are you thinking?
Well, I think, first of all, I think your job would be safe as a former recovering sales leader.
Thank you.
Because I want to put it into kind of a diagram. I think I've shared this potentially before of like EQ, your
Yep.
emotional intelligence, and IQ, your intellect. And if you think about what AI is very good for, it's anything in the bottom corner where it's like you don't need that personality, that figuring out what's going to drive the person, move them forward, which salespeople are very good at. And there's also not a lot, like you don't need the brains behind it. So the example would be like getting from point A to point B in a car and driving a car,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
That is something that AI can very easily do. I also think on the data side and the engineering side, you will also see that AI will be able to do that better and faster, right? And so those jobs on the IQ side are be taken. I don't think, and we can talk about how much EQ Elon has. I am actually a huge fan of his. I am a huge fan of his, but I
Not
don't
his
think
strength
that
to say.
not his strength. And that is where I would question, can AI actually be able to do that? And the reason is AI always needs a right answer. It's constantly trying to think. And so it's trying to come to something. When you think of EQ, there is no right answer. It's trying to understand someone, trying to get from them some sort of middle ground or brainstorm of how can we structure this deal. And AI is not good at that because it's always looking for an answer and it's always going to turn its wheels until it finds one.
Yeah, it's really interesting because there's a lot of folks. I mean, most notably in my world, a gentleman named Pace Morby, who's basically saying that AI is coming for everything, and the world's going to be vastly different, and kind of paints a kind of really scary future where we basically the answer is roommates, right? Because again, there's kind of no opportunity, and everybody's going to live in this kind of 8 people in a house and things of that nature, which is again truly frightening to me if that's the outcome of this. And I still can't get away from what I've studied for 30 years in the economy, and every technology revolution to date has created more jobs than it's destroyed. Now, I have no problem believing many things will be destroyed, right? Taxi cab drivers, I could see that. Entry-level engineers, I could see that. But for me to think that AI is not going to create more opportunities and more jobs, my mind just can't go there. It's not like we're going to wake up and suddenly, I don't think everything is going to be done by everyone. And it's just, the human condition is we will find things to do. Now, AI may be a tool. It may be the tool we use, but there'll be people around, doing more things. So I don't know. I just have a hard time believing it that AI is going to do everything.
Might be more people doing experiences and things that
Yeah,
maybe you
could
could
be.
never do. I think of it, luxury experiences that most people couldn't afford, like horseback riding
Yeah, could
or
be.
skiing. It's like if you have the lift operator as AI, suddenly more people could ski, but then you probably want ski instructors or something. So there could be just, they're going now that's like very niche.
Sure.
Right. But
That's the
there's
thing. Yeah.
there's certain things like that they potentially go into. But yeah, I it's just like the industrial revolution. I think you find other jobs. However, if you are, I think, blue collar or white collar, you do need to always think about what's your worth. And so I love the example you gave of entry level engineers. And the reason I love that is because what entry level engineers used to do, AI can do better already.
Oh, no question.
And so that's why a lot of companies are saying, hey, we only want senior engineers because they do something different and they can actually correct the AI and really
Hmm.
look at what the AI is doing. And now they can code faster. And so there's going to be for any position that you're in. Let's just say you want an experience and you want someone to actually be your server at a restaurant. You're
Hmm.
gonna, you've everyone's been to a restaurant where it's like that was the worst service ever.
Yeah.
Um, you're going to have a much higher bar for that in your job because the alternative is AI for it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think, again, I think it's going to be really interesting. Yeah, I do think it'll be experience based. The other thing I'm willing to put money on is I think AI is going to prompt a lot more solopreneurs, right? I think
Mhm.
AI is going to become a backbone for a lot of people to build out their personal brand or their personal interest or hobby. I think there's a lot of people. It's funny. I just talking to Graham Stephan last night,
Hmm.
and his answer, not on this topic, but kind of ties in, is he thinks the greatest opportunity to build right now is to build out your hobby or your interest, especially if you're older like I am, right in my 50s. There's probably something I've loved for 30 years, and Graham's like, it's never been a better time to monetize that. He's like, he knows people that does Legos. He knows he told me about a guy that goes to Disneyland every day and walks around the park and talks about rides and lines and all of this. And the guy, he's like, this guy's making six figures and he goes to Disneyland every day.
Every
Right.
day. Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
again, that's what Graham's saying is, and I think AI helps facilitate that. And
Yeah.
yeah. And then the other thing I'll say, and Graham brought this up yesterday as well, is in a world of AI, especially around content creation, which no question you and I are doing right now, he's like, AI is going to make the unedited, real talk between two humans even more valuable because
Yeah.
all these professional AI ones are just going to, not be watched because everybody knows it's fake. So, yeah,
Yeah, I could see in the corner of every single video saying this was generated by AI or
correct.
not. And them just all of the platforms putting that in there. And so
For
you're
sure.
right, it becomes more valuable. And that's where the EQ comes in of actually being able to have those conversations or be more valuable, even if you have the sole entrepreneurs, them being able to talk to someone about really how did you do it? How did you get to someone's emotions?
Yeah.
Which potentially that's where the AI, you can script it and tell it exactly what you want. It will be able to run off of that and generate content. But there's some unique things about you that you'd probably pick up on the audience that AI may not be able to. They're going to pick up the data. What's the
Hmm.
data saying? Who's responding to the comments? How many people like this post versus this post? Maybe I should do more posts like this. But there's other things that you as a human will be able to pick up on just being in the real world that the AI may not.
Yeah. The last thing I think we need to acknowledge and share, at least I'll share my opinion on, is I don't think you should be scared of AI. That doesn't help you. I think we all need to realize that AI is real, AI is here, and AI is quickly evolving. So you need to lean in, and you need to learn how to have it complement what you're really good at. And
Mhm.
the folks that do that the best are going to be the most valuable.
Yeah. Yeah, most definitely. I mean, if you're, I'm shocked by people who aren't using AI every day in their job and everything that they're doing. And curiosity will get you really far right now. Go out there. Like if you create content, go and try Gamma. Go ahead and try like a presentation, for example.
Yeah.
Go try these tools. You may say, I kind of liked that, but not, but you'll get more ideas and more inspiration as you go through and just use AI in your everyday life.
I love it. at the end of the day, we shouldn't be scared. We should be leaning in, right?
Exactly.
Awesome. Dana, where can people find you and learn more?
Yeah, we are property management. We help everything from finding and placing a tenant to helping with the day to day. You can go to Hemlane, HEMLANE.com. Just mention one rental at a time because you do get 20% off your first year of our paid plans. We also have free plans available as well.
And folks, don't forget you're sleeping on their resources tab, hemlane.com/resources. They do a great job. That team's amazing, keeping things updated. So don't forget to check that out as well. Dana, you're amazing. Take care.
Great. Thanks for having me.
Yep.